You guys really needed a spark. You went a long time without doing a whole lot of scoring, and you're able to get it from Julian. Pretty impressed with his first home game.
That's what we expect. We got good shots, and it's just guys like Julian and some of the other guys that are able to make them hit and fall, and they happen sometimes. You stay with what you do, and they start to fall. And when it happens, in your own building, sometimes it gives you a little more juice. So it's great to see. We knew it was coming, so he does it consistently.
Could you talk a little bit about your first win as a coach, feelings about it?
I'm just really happy for the guys. They've worked really hard since I've been here, and we have, I feel, and I think they feel, consistently gotten better. And when you work that hard and you're getting improvement, sometimes it's hard to continue to recognize that without a W. And I think this W just is what they deserve. I told them that before the game, that if they work the way they've worked since I've gotten here, then they deserve to win tonight's game. And so I'm just really happy for them. I'm appreciative, to my wife and to my family and all the people that have helped me get to this point. To Milan and the previous staff who left the foundation. That's been a joy to be a part of, Coach Fallon. So it's great. And hopefully, this is the first step as far as winning. We just got to keep getting better.
You guys got off to a really good start about the first 10 minutes. What did you think went wrong offensively? You felt like you were still getting good shots and everything, they just weren't falling, or were you not running it quite as well?
Yeah, a little bit of both. We turned the ball over there for a stretch, and some stuff that, we're getting better with that. We only had 13, but I'm thinking I'm going to watch the tape, and 10 of those 13 we could have controlled better. So with some of that, and then you don't execute, you don't set screens. We started off in one set, and then we went to another set that requires a little more screening, and we didn't screen, and then you miss one that you're supposed to make, get a good one. So it just kind of adds up. You miss a foul shot, and next thing you know, it's 6 possessions, and you haven't scored. And what was impressive tonight is teams that go through that usually, that's where what I call, they start, the woe is me, they start feeling sorry for themselves. And we never did that. This is a team, Savannah, I talked to the guys all week, I talked to Mark. They grind. Every challenge is different. Right? They're different than Dayton, they're different than Cincinnati. But it's not easier or harder. It's a different challenge. And their nature is to grind it out. You saw late in the second half where they just tried to slow it down, and with 8 minutes to go, they tried to just see if we would get over anxious and nervous and crack, and at no point did we do that. And that's a huge sign of maturity and growth by this team, which is not a very mature team.
I think you called a timeout with 8 minutes left. I think things have gone wrong at about 5 now. Did you call a play for Shawn at that point? He's the one
Did
that
Shawn
hit that
score?
shot. Yes.
And I called a play for Shawn.
Good call.
No, honestly, I think we did.
Yeah.
I don't, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
You remember it that way?
That was nice.
Wheel and feed it in. So it was one of those plays that there were a couple options, but I think we had run it a couple times, and Julian had some success off it, and so we figured, if you're open, Julian, knock it down. But the odds are, because of the success we've had, maybe the next thing will be. That's
What other types of things did you see that you can still work on? They made it a little bit harder than it maybe needed to be. A late turnover in the game, some missed foul shots, that sort of thing.
We didn't rebound like I would like to. The loss of Pierre, especially at the time, we'd spent a lot of time working with Pierre as being a big part of what we were doing, has made things very different for us, and so we're having to adjust. I expect us to rebound better than that. I expect us to shoot foul shots better than that. Hopefully we'll continue to improve our execution, get a better feel for where shots come from. We also didn't handle the post double teams well tonight. That's on me. We'll go from there.
Julian, could you talk a little bit about the 4 3-pointers, I guess, in the last 9-minute period? Did you just have a feel for that, or what was that?
Well, I guess you could say I got a feel for it. My team, they said they needed me to step up. I wasn't being aggressive or whatever. So I guess I I just had to step up and make shots, and that's what I did.
It looks like you really enjoyed yourself out there. You like entertaining the crowd.
Yeah, I'm a very emotional player.
Yeah. So was that? I mean, is that a fun way to start your career here? Your first home game, that sort of thing.
The energy is crazy.
Are you a streak shooter?
I wouldn't say that. I would say that if I get in a rhythm, then it's easier for me to hit shots, but I wouldn't say I'm a streak shooter.
Shawn, did you feel like somebody needed to step up at that time? The offense just hadn't done a whole lot for about 22 minutes. I think you scored about 13 points in 22 minutes. At that point, you scored. You scored, and then Julian got really hot at that point too.
Well, yeah, I think I felt somebody needed to step up. You know, obviously, that's what was the case when he scored that much. But I was pretty confident in our team. I knew I was going to do either I was going to step up or like Drew. He stepped up, hit those big threes. I was pretty confident. Like Coach said, it wasn't the time when I was like, man, we're going to lose. I was just ready to keep grinding and just keep doing what we was doing. Listen to the coach, keep our game plan ahead in the game, and we pulled it off.
And that helps you a lot when he's doing that, because they're concentrating so much on stopping you. But every time he got the ball, he got the huge crowd.
Oh yeah, I mean, I kind of expected that, but I knew Julian be ready to knock down the shot. I mean, we're young, but we're pretty talented team with Julian and our other young wings. So I'm confident in them, and if they double down, I can kick it out, and then Julian hit 4 threes in the last 2 minutes.
Were you a little surprised with the way things went? You got up to such a good start, up by 13 points pretty early, and then the next thing you know, you're down in the game.
No, I wasn't surprised. Coach Burke's been telling us all week that that's how they play, that's how they execute. And we knew that. I mean, even if we had gone down by 30, I mean, it wasn't just going to go away. That's not their type of team, like Coach Burke said. So we knew at some point they was going to make a push, and made they push, tie the game, send it to overtime. But as long as we kept doing what we was doing, then I was pretty confident to come out with that.
What is the status of your injured players, Pierre and Chris?
I honestly don't know. I mean, they're both out for the foreseeable future. Exactly how long is to be determined.
Very good. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.